I don't always do YouTube vlogs, but when I do, I prefer TF Knowlesy.
Beautiful people, it is me, Knowlesy, and I'm back in a very raunchy position. No joking. Anyways, as you can tell by the title page, it is my footage video for Auto Assembly and my final Auto Assembly 2014 video, and then I'm just going to get on with any other stuff. So yes, I did absolutely nothing on the Thursday, so the footage you're going to see is just myself and I think Sam as well. It was just like for a couple of minutes when we were just putting our feet up in our room, just chilling out, and I just did a little bit of a video while I was there. And then yes, so see you in a second, peoples. Hello, people of the interwebs. It is me, TF Knowlesy, and I am here for another video. We're at Auto Assembly. It is Friday, the 8th of August, and me and Samboy are there in the corner, as you can see.
A Twix.
Random. And Tony, Sandwich G1. All three of us came up by coach yesterday, which was the 7th of Thursday, and yes, we've been having an awesome blast yesterday and today. So the first time I've had about a couple of minutes to actually do a bit of video. So yes, stay tuned. I will be doing some video over tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, the main convention days of the dealer room. And yes, peace, people. Have an awesome one, and I'll be back very soon. So that was it. that was literally it for Friday. This is going to be quite a dull affair, this video, compared to past Auto Assembly footage videos. I just wasn't living it. I was living the moment, people, and I think I wasn't the only one that was doing the same thing when it came to taking pictures and videos and stuff. So moving swiftly on once again. This is the opening ceremony for Auto Assembly 2014 of all the guests and artists. I didn't do every single person as they were walking down, by the way. You may see a few skips here and there. I'm just going to warn you as well, the quality isn't great. I was using my phone, and because it was not a very good lighting in that room, yeah. But anyway, so it's good enough to find out what was going on anyway, so let's get on to that now. And after that, it's me in my hotel room, once again, just dropping off some Transformer toy goodies in my room, and then we'll move on.
Now remember, they are going to be coming from the back, so please make sure that that area is cleared, and keep going, because, you know, nobody likes the claps going out halfway down, so lots of energy. Right, Adam, go! Bringing on Transformers comics for the best part of 3 decades. He is Andrew Wildman's right-hand man in the Ingo of Regeneration 1, Mr. Stephen Baskerville!
Thank you. It's lovely to see you all here. Come all this way just to see me. Well, that's very kind of you. The amazing thing is that it's the 30th anniversary of Transformers, and it also is a coincidence that it's actually my 30th birthday this year as well. So, but anyway, have a great time, and all the good guests are coming on now, so stick around. Cheers.
Target 2006, some of the greatest original artwork from the Marvel comic book days. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the primary artist of Transformers Regeneration 1, Mr. Andrew Wildman!
They say it never ends, this bloody convention goes on forever. Hi, great to see you all again. 30 years, come on, you know. I'm actually older than 30. I know it's hard to believe that. But I've been drawing this stuff for, I don't know, 25 of that years, which is incredible. So great that we're all still here. It was only ever going to be 4 issues. And look at that, we made 100! Yay! So we'll have all the usual stuff, you know, stuff to sign and sell and talk about things. See you later, bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the man that makes the magic happen. Here's the colorist, Honorary Generation Awards. Pulling into the station, here's Mr. John Paul Bowen.
Well, this is really embarrassing because I thought I was here booked as a Share Tribute act, so I brought all the wrong things. So I'm very sorry about that, but it's very good to see you all again. And come and say hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's the man that corrupted a generation. He is Mr. Simon!
Hi everyone, it's great to be here, especially for the 30th anniversary. The only slightly scary part is I've literally been working on Transformers those whole 30 years, and now I feel very old.
Skirting around the edges of the ideal demographic, almost on the guest list.
He is the mastermind behind murder, ladies and gentlemen. He is the writer of Transformers for the BGI, Mr. James Roberts!
There's a lot of anxiety behind the statewide over there. We're all trying to think of funny things to say. Obviously no one's achieved it so far. 30 years of Transformers. Weirdly enough, 31 years of auto assembly. First year wasn't very well attended. It was ahead of its time. This is my 5th AA. It's the best one so far. And if you're interested in sort of these type of conventions, there's a AAA battery convention as well. It's starting tomorrow, so it's one better than this.
And it just keeps going and going.
Just giving stuff away. 30 years of Transformers. It's a special deal. Everything on our table, £30. You want to touch Jane Roberts' arms? £30. Very exciting back. As I mentioned last year, I need it, and thank you for needing us. 30 years. I was there from the beginning, so I'm better than at least half of you. That way only. Yeah, look, let's have a good weekend. Let's have a great weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is the mastermind behind some of my interviews digital first. He is Mr. Sexton himself, Mr. Leo
Thank you. This is my second auto assembly. I was here 2 years ago, and it was one of the best cons I've ever been to, with some of the best people, very generous beer drinkers and beer buyers. So thank you guys. Very happy to be back. Thank you for having me again.
Here's the Guardians. I can't stop this feeling. Ladies and gentlemen, making his auto assembly debut, here's the man that keeps Nick Rose up at night. It is Mr. Jesse Cobb!
For years I've been hearing about this
convention called Auto Assembly and how great it was. And so far it's proving to be just that. So I'm really glad to be here. And thank you.
What do you say? Ladies and gentlemen, returning, he is Michelangelo, he is the Dick, he is Sentinel Prime, it's Mr. Townsend Poland!
Thank you. Oh gosh, it's great to be back. I was here 2 years ago. Thanks so much for having me back. And well, it's kind of a year for 30th anniversaries, isn't it? Yeah, we got one here, and it seems to me there's another one that somebody had asked me to say, Cowabunga! Thanks for having me back.
As I gaze out at this ragtag collection of human faces, I can only say, God, thank you for bringing me here.
What you see before you is the world's fattest and slowest shark. I am so thrilled to be a part of this event. It is like falling into a family reunion I never knew I had. I love that. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, everybody. And as you folks say, this is brilliant. Thank
England, you are logical.
Hey everybody, this is my first time in the United Kingdom. My first time in an English pub the other night. And I stayed up until 3:30. Did I do it right? I'll see you all this weekend. Thank you so much for having me.
Don't forget our artist Sally in the back. Give them a big cheer as well for coming out, ladies and gentlemen.
It's me, Nosy, and as you can see, I'm in the hotel room again, just dropping off some goodies. Well, you probably might see what they are anyway, but they will be revealed in my haul video at some point. So yes, it's awesome. It's Saturday, the main day of the convention. Oh yes. So I'm gonna go and socialise with the peoples, the awesome peoples. Probably if you're watching this afterwards, you people's watching this video. So yes. So now, what I'm going to do now is, this is again Saturday, but this is the dealer room. This is a nice little saunter around the dealer room on the Saturday when it first all opened for trading. And yes, you can kind of see a good amount of things there. It was just before everything just vanished. So yes, so I'm gonna let you see that now. A nice little saunter, a little tour around the dealer room, and then we'll move on again. Sorry, mate.
Voting for in that petition in the first place. That's how it got started, really.
I can see that. I don't think I'm interested in either the anecdotes, I think, yeah. It's not great. Yeah,
And as always, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a microphone out in the audience, so if you've got any questions, you can stick your hands up, and we'll take them in just a few minutes.
But first, I'd like to say hello. I'm Michael McConaughey, and I'm an Altoidaholic. I'm delighted to be here with you guys. Actually, I've been looking covetously at Auto Assembly for a number of years, and this year we were finally able to get everything together, and I'm so very happy to be here with you. Have I said that? Have I said I'm happy to be here?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I am. Yeah, yes. And I really don't know much about myself, but if you have questions, then I will probably be able to provide some answers.
Does anybody in the audience want to kick things off with a question? Yeah, we've got one straight down here.
All right. Go. What was the inspiration for Cosmos's voice? Well, the director, Wally Burr, was very clear about what he wanted for some of the characters. And for Cosmos, he decided what he wanted was a very bad impression of the actor Peter Lorre. And I said, I can be bad. And I was. No, he's very happy. Cosmos, it's interesting with his big massiveness and that rather interesting voice. He's one of the sweetest characters I've ever played, and I really have a special place in my heart for him.
So, where did you grow up? What was your background? How did you develop into an actor?
Oh, the Michael McConaughey story. Actually, I was born in the state of Ohio, which is a nice sort of countrified / steel mill bit of real estate in the Midwest of the U.S. And when I was 11, we moved to California, and then that began the disintegration of my life. I grew up in in like the Valley, like the 60s, which like explains a whole lot. At the ripe age of 17, I had dropped out of high school for the second time. Kids, don't do that at home. Decided I needed a little self-discipline, joined the United States Marine Corps. Was in the Corps for 4 years, during which time I actually made one of the better choices of my life. I volunteered for something and it worked. I said, has anyone ever done any broadcast or radio? And okay, yeah, sir. So, okay, good. You're going to be a broadcast specialist. Oh, cool. What's that? Combat correspondent. But I did survive that, and from there, when I got out of the Marine Corps, I went to live in Phoenix, Arizona for a while, so I radio there, and said, really, what I want to do is go back to what I was doing in high school, which is what caused me to drop out twice is I was wasting all my time in the theater department. I've got to get back to my roots. I've got to be a stage bum. So that's what I did. And in the mid-70s, I moved to California and never looked back. And mostly I've done okay. I've been a very, very lucky fella.
So it was stage acting for you then, as opposed to on-screen work that really appealed?
Yeah, actually I'm very strong on stage work being a sound basis for voiceover work. Because if you get someone who is primarily television trained and get them to try to do a vocal performance, it's often a little weak because they don't have the physicality, the physical base for the performance the way a stage actor does. So I think theater is the best training for any kind of performance, in my opinion.
So why California over, say, somewhere like New York, which is obviously...
Well, New York is filled with New Yorkers.
Ah, did Peter hear that?
No, he already knows it. He was one of them. He still is. Actually, he's several of them.
Was anybody here for Peter's talk before? Yeah? If you were here, I don't know if you heard it, he did say that we did have to give you a hard time because you're a nice man.
Well, you can beat that out of me. So we'll line up, everyone will get truncheons, I'll run the gauntlet, if I make it to the other side, you will each give me a £5 note.
This is going to be the last series of clips. Again, this is Saturday evening. This is part where, well, would usually be the disco and karaoke, but this year, my good friend Jared, Wolfkang 1, and his band Wolfkang, or Jared and his band Wolfkang, were performing. And this is just a few clips of their performance. I only caught a couple of tracks because again I was living in the moment. So this is just, hopefully, I don't know how good the quality is, but you're just gonna have to take it as it is. But this is Wolfkang live.
guest. Have you all met Sammy, the singing sandwich box? La 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 la. He's been very entertaining. I'm talking like him. It's a sock puppet, really. Hello.
He said hello.
Hello. And my famous, infamous iPad cheat sheet, so I can remember what I've done with my life.
Actually, I have a question for Shockwave. I was actually wondering...
You say a question for Shockwave?
Yeah, this is a question for Shockwave.
Is your question logical?
Actually, yeah, I was wondering, and when Predaking first appears in the series, we can see you petting him, so I've been wondering about what went on Cybertron, like, are there little stories behind that? And what happened after Predacon Rising?
All I heard was Predaking appearing in the series. Everything else was drowned out by the fans being massively loud.
What she asked was, when Predaking first shows up, Shockwave is petting him. So is Shockwave is he a pet lover?
He's my creation from Cybertronian nucleic acid, I believe.
Yeah, that's the one.
Should I do the entire hour as Shockwave? I would have no voice left.
You and I would work together as a great silent team.
Hey, I'm gonna throw in things when I think of them. You know, I always put my hand in my ear when I'm doing the character. A lot of us do. I'm doing it now, I'm not doing a character. We want to hear every nuance of what we're doing when we're performing it. And it's really, to me, very musical. I studied, as a French horn player, I made my living as a a cappella singer as well. So I'm always listening to the musicality of my character, and I have to have this extra monitor to hear everything so I can make it as good as I can make it, musically, really.
So let's take it back right to the beginning. Where did you grow up, and how did you get into the acting business?
I grew up in a place called Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Yes, and I never imagined that I would be doing this with my life. I didn't really know what to imagine at that age, I suppose, when I was a kid. But no, I ended up, where did I go first? Vancouver, and I studied music. Then I went to the neighborhood playhouse school in New York, and I studied acting with Sanford Meisner. He was quite a famous teacher years ago. And eventually I made my way to Los Angeles, but I started doing voice acting in Vancouver, again, when I moved back there again. And there are a lot of American shows that are done in Vancouver. As you know, Beast Wars was recorded in Vancouver, but aired in the States. And eventually just made my way down. My parents were American, so I could do that.
Hi, I know that Steve Blum has in the past talked about various sort of antics you guys get up to in the recording studio for Prime. Is there anything that sort of stuck out as being funny or just memorable for you that's happened like that?
They would have to stop us from having fun to get us to record the actual show. Steve Bloom right next to me doing Starscream, and Frank Welker and Peter Cullen, just a comedy explosion. It was like going to a comedy show while I was going to work. I mean, every day was so much fun. I'll never forget it.
So, obviously, you got into voice acting, and there was a little show called Beast Wars, which by the time you joined the cast was into its third season. So how did you end up being associated with that project?
I auditioned and I got it.
It's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen.
No, there was a time in Vancouver where I was sort of fairly new there in the voice acting world, and I would get considered for these large projects, but usually at the very end they would go, "Oh yeah, David." They'd remember. I did RoboCop, Alpha Commando. I don't know if it ever aired here. It was sort of a comedic version of RoboCop. And the same thing with the Beast Wars. They brought me in very late in the process, and that was a 40-minute audition. Because the character had so many layers to it, they kept saying, add this, then add this, and add this, and then eventually it all came together.
And so, it was just for the character for Depth Charge that you auditioned. So, tell us about the decisions you made in regards to the audition process. What materials were you given, and how did you arrive at the Depth Charge?
Well, the only material I was given was after the audition, and they took me to a corner of the studio where no one else could see and showed me. It was really kind of just barely when the internet was starting to be popular, so they weren't so worried about things being leaked on the internet. But no, they showed me a picture of him before I did the first episode. No one else was allowed to see it, and no one in that building was allowed to see it. Then they had it in an envelope, and they had a guy take it away.
And that is it, people. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll be back very soon with more videos. And yes, peace. Have an awesome time, people.